What's up, what's up, what's up, Mom Academy family? How you all doing? Hope you all doing great. Hope you all achieving. Hope you all improving. Hope you all keeping it moving and keeping it pushing. So I'd like to take this time out. Obviously, you know how it goes. I'd like to appreciate you all for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, your comments, and everything else, as well as your viewership. How you all doing out there? Hope you all doing great. This morning, this rising, I had to kind of take the time out to have some self-reflection and go within. And of course, something came to me, as in obviously not all messages are for all specimens. Therefore, if this message is for you, drop a like, drop a subscribe, drop a share, drop a comment. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, pumped up, really pumped up, ready for this message. And I had to kind of go within and reflect on what should I bring you today. So with this particular message, I'd like to bring to you today, because of my own experiences in life and situations that I had to go through and persevere through and battle through with counterparts of the people. And main title for the message would be don't be afraid of letting people go in order for you to grow. Do not be afraid of letting people go in order to keep your glow. Because you're glowing, baby. And you know if you're glowing, you're glowing. You know in your spirit, right? So boom. This main message would entail of letting people go in order for you to grow. You know, if you've outgrown people, places and things, you know it's time to move on. You know it's time to go on a different path. You know it's time for expansion of horizons. And that's a great time. That is a great time, because you can see yourself growing, you can see yourself outgrowing people, places and things, and therefore you know that it's time for a different experience. It's time for discipline. It's time for application of everything that you've gone through in order to create a different reality. So when it comes to outgrowing people, places and things, do apply, going forward, do apply this concept of -50, -40% rule. So when you meet the new people coming into your life, when you meet different people, when you're networking, what have you, when you're at an event, when you're out socializing, if people come to stay in your life as a permanent presence, do not be afraid of applying the -50, -40% rule. And do not be afraid of actually testing people and making people stand on what they say. Sounds a bit, let's say, analytical and a bit scientific, as per way of you testing people, you putting people to the test, and you seeing how they score in your standards, in your standard chart, let's say. It does sound kind of analytical, but if you're not analytical, if you don't keep an analytical mind about you, you won't see people for who they are. You will miss things, and you'll miss important things, very detrimental things. Whereas later down the line, you'll see that they were never for you, they were never with you, they wouldn't stand with you, they didn't even stand you as a person. So therefore, never be afraid of applying the minus 40% rule or minus 50% rule when people come into your life. Because if they're really for you, and if they're really standing with you, and if they stand you, and if they're willing to be in your life, then they'll pass the test with flying colors. They will have no problem standing on their truth and standing on what they say, and maintaining the same character that they've always shown to be, or they've always intended to be in your life. So do not be afraid of actually putting people through tests, because if they really about it, if they're about that life, and if they're about actually standing with you and being for you, then they'll have no problem maintaining the same character, maintaining the same values that they maintained and that they appeared to you as, or they said that they were like, if it makes sense. Because character is a big thing. And if you stand on your character and if you stand on your values, then great. If not, then you know they don't belong in your environment, they don't belong to you, they don't belong in your life overall. So this season, do not be afraid of putting people through tests, because it will only confirm to you who they are, what they're about, and what their mission really is in life and in your life. Because let's face it, people come into your life either to teach you a lesson or to be a blessing. It's one of the two. There's no middle grounds. There's no middle path. There's no split between the two. Either a blessing or a lesson, regardless. And you're better off learning from day one. You're better off learning from morning. And you're better off learning from the get-go. Because let's face it, you don't want to be 10 years down the line running around with Decepticons, and 10 years later you actually learn that they are Decepticons, and that they leave you for dead, and they leave you at your worst time. and they were never shooting with you at the gym. So do not be afraid of applying the -50, -40% rule and making people actually work to be in your life. Because if you know you stand strong, if you know your character is solid, then they should do the same. And if they don't do the same, then there we go. You gotta let them go to let your soul glow, to keep your soul glow. And you gotta let them go in order for you to grow. It is what it is. If they came for a blessing, all good. You shall also be a blessing in their life. But if they came for a lesson, then learn it quick. Learn it quick, pass the test, pass the exam. Do you know what I mean? And let them go in order for you to grow. It is what it is. And I just felt like sharing that message because a lot of people will face, obviously everyone, will face these kind of situations in their life. So you're better off knowing who's with you and who's against you. And if they're against you, then too bad for them. Do you get what I mean? Because it is what it is. It's too bad for them. It's too bad for people that I've had to let go in my life. It's too bad because I never intended for the worst to be set upon them. I never intended for things to go the way they did in the past. However, I'm not controlling people. I shouldn't be controlling people. People will only reveal themselves as time goes. And if they didn't pass the test, that's on them. If they don't want to self-improve, that's their responsibility. My mission is to self-improve to the best of my capabilities, to surpass my capabilities even. And regardless of whoever stands with me or whoever stands against me, then time shall prove them wrong. Time shall prove them right. So do not be afraid of letting people go in order for you to grow. Do not be afraid of letting people go in order to keep your glow, because some people come into your life only to diminish your glow and turn your lights off. That's human nature. That's the realm we live in. Do you get what I mean? That being so, you need to have these practices in life and have these standards in place in order to cut out whatever isn't for you, whatever is against you, whatever is causing resistance, whatever is pulling you back to wherever you don't want to be. Do not be afraid of having standards for everyone in your life. Because if they're for you, they'll meet you where you're at. They build with you. And as soon as you decide to keep these standards and you decide to maintain these standards in your life, you will know straight away. Because whoever's with you and for you will most definitely make the effort to meet you where you're at, to meet you at your standards, to meet you at your values, to meet you at your utmost best, to improve with you in life. So this is going to be a quick one. Appreciate you all. Appreciate your viewership. If you stayed to the end, definitely drop a like, definitely drop a comment, definitely subscribe. We'll have way more content coming. We'll have way more things on the way. Don't want to be too descriptive. I've had a great week this last week. It's been a roller coaster. It's been amazing. Yesterday I did not drop a Godful Friday only because I was way too busy. I had something to do in the morning, something to do in the afternoon. When it came to nighttime, I just felt quite depleted in my energies. So I decided to keep this one for today and drop this upload today. However, still the same energy, still the same intention and message as well. Appreciate you all. Much love and light. And as always, like, share, subscribe to the Highest Vibe Tribe. Let's keep improving. Let's keep it pushing. Regardless of what you're going through, apply it. Let's get it. Check out my other content if you feel like it. Not forcing you. It's there for your liking, for your sharing, for your subscribing. If you didn't resonate with this message, then it wasn't for you. Different messages for different specimens. As always, namaste, but I must go. Thank you.